Okay, the next topic is meditation. And we just talked about light. Well, you should use your light with meditation and keep balanced as an antidote to the negative, and always ask the Creator for help while you're meditating.
For guidance and protection, yes.
And meditating for me, the hardest part is learning to listen.
And I think it was Mon who said that prayer is talking to God, meditating is listening. And I think that's what a lot of people don't spend a lot of time actually listening. We can do a lot of talking.
You have to quiet yourself down. You have to quiet yourself down in order to get in a deep meditation. Not throw everything out of your head, because you should be aware of what's going on around you. But you should also, when you meditate, put out your light. So negativity cannot affect you. Because if you're not balanced and you're meditating, you can open yourself up to negative forces. So you must be balanced. You must use your light, and always be aware of what's going on around you. It's not like you shut the whole world out.
And it's like a cycle too. It's like you need to be balanced when you meditate, and when you meditate, you become balanced. You just
right. It's everything
constant.
works together.
Right.
So, like Bonnie's saying, prior to meditating, you sit down and you send out your light, which, like we said before, is that spark of light which emanates from your chest area, and it's in the form of a visualization, an actual light bubble that goes out. And you have the faith that you're going to receive the protection that you've asked for from that, and then you can go into your meditation. So you've got the protection there, and you've got the faith that it's going to work. And many times meditation gets a bad rap because people feel that you are opening a door and you are making a connection to a wicked, evil source. What they don't realize is that you are first asking for protection against that. You don't want to make that connection. You want to make a connection with the source, which is, for me, God. So you're making a direct telephone line connection to Him. And to me, there is nothing evil about that.
And really, you don't need a third party to go to God and talk for you. You can talk to God yourself, but you have to learn to listen, because answers that come maybe aren't the answers you're expecting. Or a lot of times you don't get the answers during meditation, but someone you meet will give you the answer that you're looking for, and if you're not paying attention, you won't get it.
Or it's when you least expect it.
Yeah, when you're shopping or something, something may happen, and oh, my goodness, that's kind of the answer to the question I was asking.
Right, and you're not thinking about that.
Yeah.
And it all of a sudden
Because
comes.
God works in His own way.
A lot of times through music, through strangers, through children just coming up saying something just that made so much sense to you, but they had no idea what they're saying.
Right. So, and it's hard to meditate. It takes a lot of practice. You don't have to do it for an hour or half an hour every day. But the aliens do it twice a day, in the morning and at night, because that's how they feel so connected to God. And if you do this, you are going to find out that what happens during the day doesn't bother you as much as it normally would. Somebody will say something to you, they probably don't even realize that they hurt your feelings. But if you meditate, all of a sudden you say, yeah, I don't think they meant it that way. Maybe I'm taking it the wrong way. Or maybe they have no idea what they said. So, it just helps you kind of keep yourself balanced.
So you have more knowledge than what you would have otherwise.
Well, and more compassion, more understanding
Mhm.
of other people. Because don't forget, we also hurt other people during the day. And you don't even know it. I know all of a sudden I'll say something and my husband will say, you've been awful sharp today talking to me. And I said, really? Well, I didn't mean to be that way. So, okay, I better watch it. Oh, 'cause, you know, you don't want to, anyways, I don't want to hurt anybody.
Mhm.
But you do every once in a while without even knowing that you do it. So,
I think when you meditate, I know for myself, it gives me more of an opportunity to reflect on my own past actions and how what I did affected others. I didn't have to say a word. They could tell from my expressions in my face or my body language I was angry or really focused on the job, or if I was happy. You know, you can always tell a teenager in love. They're kind of giddy. You can also tell a person that is extremely angry. Your body is just tight. And I think when a person meditates, you observe those more quickly, and you also understand that you have a responsibility in how you present yourself. And if you're not meditating, well, you're like a ball bouncing across the gym floor.
Well, you can come across looking giddy, you know, or goofy, or any of the negative emotions, right? Too harsh, like you said, you know.
right. And you don't even mean it. But I over the years, doing meditation quite often, you don't have to take that long period of time to get into the deep meditative state. You can do it very quickly. You can even, if you're at work, you can even go to the bathroom and sit down and meditate for 5 minutes. And it's amazing how things, the stress at work, will seem less than they were before. And it's just because you become more centered that you can handle that situation better.
Well, and I think when I first started, I remember telling Mon or saying to Mon, I fall asleep. And she said, that's okay. I think she was trying to tell me it's okay until you learn, you know. You are going to fall asleep from time to time because you're very relaxed. But after a while, you learn better and you don't fall asleep as often. But she was trying to tell me that's okay. Don't stress about that.
There's times when you just get so relaxed that you just go to sleep.
Yeah. They suggest they never tell us anything what we need to do, but they suggested that we meditate for an hour. And what I was thinking is why an hour? And they did give us a hint here that it's going to be harder and harder to focus, to stay focused. And I see that. It almost takes you, for me, my mind is just jumping around, and I start saying my prayers and I'm jumping around, and I'm like, have to bring it back. It almost takes an hour just to get through the prayer and meditation itself, instead of staying 1 hour in a meditation.
2.
So, I think that's a good idea. I mean, but they've even said if you're feeling tension at work, go into the bathroom. 2 minutes of just a 2-minute meditation. It will
Calm
get you through.
down, put
Yeah.
out your lights.
So it doesn't have to be an hour, but I think they were foreseeing that it would take a little bit longer to stay
Well,
focused.
things have gotten a little
Yes.
wild.
A
And,
little more negative on the
Right.
negativity on the planet.
right, so we are responsible for changing that.
Mm.
Bring it back to the right side of the force.
Right. It takes longer to cast off the negativity and just to calm your mind and achieve what I call breakthrough. For some reason, that is harder to achieve now than it was years ago. But it's not impossible.